My name is Pastor David. For those of you who don't know, I am married. I'm married, and my wife's name is Alicia. Most of you know that. And we've been married for about 4.5 years, which is really another way to say we are a decimal point away from being married for 45 years. So we're so close. We're so close to 45 years of marriage. Many of you I know are married also. You haven't quite made it to 45 years maybe, but you have a lot of experiences. You know probably a lot more than Alicia and I do. But I don't believe that any of you or many of you are pastors. At least one of you is not a pastor in your marriage relationship. You see, with Alicia and I'm a pastor, and she is a pastor's wife. So the great thing about that is, because of that, we have no marital troubles. We have no miscommunication. We have none of that because I was faithful to the Lord, became a pastor, and we have no problems. Isn't that just wonderful? It's really convenient, really. But I heard recently someone tell me about one Bible verse that changed the way they see marriage. In fact, this person said if everyone would follow the instructions of this one Bible verse, there would be no more problems in marriage. You would have no marital problems if you just read this verse and did what it told you to do and paid attention to it. When someone told me that, I thought I'd better pay attention. So I want you to listen carefully. There are 9 words, and if you heed this message, especially if you're young, then you will have no marital problems when you get older. The words of Paul, it says this: "It is good for a man not to marry." It is good for a man not to marry. So obviously, if you heeded these words, if I would have heeded these words, and if you would have, you'd have no marital problems. You probably would be without a lot of other things also, but you would have no marital problems. Paul goes on to say later, those who marry in this life will have troubles. And I don't know about you, but the minister who did the marriage for Alicia and I, who did our wedding, he did not quote this Bible verse to us at our ceremony. He did not tell us this. Maybe that's a good thing, I don't know. But that's usually not, those aren't the scripture passages we quote right before we get married. They're not the most encouraging things in the world. Now before I go on, I have to confess something to you. I have to confess that I have already lied to you today. And it wasn't about there going to be troubles in marriages or whatnot, but my wife and I do not have the perfect marriage. We do not have wonderful communication all the time. We do, in fact, have troubles. And I wanted to warn you, in case you're on your phone right now, looking up how to get ordained because you want to become a pastor so that your marital problems all go away, I just wanted to warn you that doesn't happen, just in case you weren't catching on. That's not how it works. We all have troubles in marriage, those of us who are married. And I don't know about your specific troubles are, but for me in particular, I have one trouble that really kind of gets me. It really makes it difficult for me. One piece of trouble in my marriage that's been trouble for almost our entire half decade. And rather than try to explain it to you myself, I actually found a video that explains it a lot better than I can explain it. And listen to this video, watch this video that explains the troubles that many of us have, especially as men in marriage.